I'm Phil Garrigan. I'm now the chair of the National Fire Chiefs Council, having previously been the Chief Fire Officer for Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service. And I'm thrilled to be at the AFSA conference, particularly here in Essex. And I've been asked to speak on kind of inclusion and cultural transformation. So, the importance of probably leadership in that kind of field, and how it's important to kind of listen and understand and kind of react to the experiences that are held by people within the organisation, as much as you've got a strong understanding of what's right and what's wrong. I'll touch on little bits of the reviews of fire and rescue services, how impactful they've been. I'll touch on His Majesty's Inspectorate recommendations, but it will be very much about being part of people and people-centric, and how can we get the best out of our people by being inclusive, listening and creating that real sense of belonging. Inclusive by design means that you're thinking about this from the outset, and so when we're looking to increase the diversity of the workplace, we know why, and we provide an explanation into the service, but also into our communities that we serve, so people understand it's not just about hitting a target, it's about ensuring that our communities are reflected by the people who work in our organisation, and we design it that way, and we design our access to services, we design our access back into the service, we design things for the people who work in our service to make sure that they are reflective of their needs, responsive to their needs, and we deliver better outcomes all ends up. It's about people, isn't it? People are the most important part of any organisation, and I suppose leadership is a contact sport, so it's about ensuring that not only within my new role, but as I influence and affect services more broadly, people recognise that and they get out into their own services, into their own communities. They listen and they can support those communities better by ensuring that the services that they provide reflect their needs. I suppose the importance of lived experience, and it's important for people in every part of the organisation to listen to those views and ensure those views are reflected into policy, practice and engagement. So that's really, really important, that ability to listen and genuinely hear and act on it. And the other part of it would be similar, because it's about explanation. When you go back to inclusive by design, it's explaining why that's really important. And I kind of come back to the more diverse an organisation is, the more diverse a fire and rescue service, the better it serves its communities. And so explaining logically, legitimately and with purpose, I think is the most important facets of the conference for me. AFSA is incredibly important to the national conversation. They bring that voice, that lived experience, and the challenge, and the constructive challenge back into fire and rescue services, into the National Fire Chiefs Council. Are the services, are the products that we're producing reflective of the needs of communities and individuals who work in fire and rescue services? And that kind of real insight is so important and so crucial in delivering better outcomes for communities. Oh, I love the fact that Jack is pushing the fire and rescue service and the NFCC to deliver better outcomes. That's important. The only way we improve is by people being supportive, but kind of critiquing the services that we deliver, looking at opportunities to improve, even if it's just marginally, to make sure that the outcomes are better. So the more we are able to learn, the more we are able to listen, the better we will become.